try to give you a bird's eye view, a quick overview, because it can be quite complicated. There's actually two documents that are important as part of the TSA pipeline security directives. There's what is called SD 2021-01, known as Enhancing Pipeline Security. It's a very short document. It's only 6 pages. And then there's another document called SD 2021-02, which followed in the initial back in 2021. And it's called Pipeline Cybersecurity Mitigation Actions, Contingency Planning and Testing. It's a longer document. It's about 15 pages. Both of these documents have undergone multiple revisions. We are currently at 01E and 02F. And we have a little timeline that maybe will help sort that out for you. If you follow along, we've also tried to color code a little bit to keep the 2021-01 in kind of a bluish green color and 2021-02 in a teal color. So as I said, initially issued in 2021, it is a set of non-voluntary actions. So that is mandatory if you are covered, if your company has been identified by TSA as and notified by TSA to enhance the cybersecurity of critical pipelines in the U.S. And it's our understanding that TSA does not publish that list of the companies that are covered. All right, so here's a timeline of the initiating event, if you will, the Colonial Pipeline incident that happened in May of 2021. I believe that date's correct. And then shortly thereafter, Security Directive 2021-01 was issued, followed shortly after in July 2021-02, which is below the timeline. So above the timeline is 2021-01, and below the timeline is 2021-02, and it's the history of these documents. You can see that roughly once a year, and now actually they are exactly on a once a year cycle, but initially it was a little bit more ad hoc. But now these documents are renewed every year, or at least have been. The most recent is 2021-01 in May of 2025, and 2021-02F also in May of 2025. There has been a shift, particularly in 2021-02. So first, 2021-01. This is the shorter of the two documents, and the requirements here are generally quite high level. One major requirement is it requires organizations to designate a corporate cybersecurity coordinator and an alternate to report cybersecurity incidents to CISA within 24 hours, and to conduct a vulnerability assessment per the TSA pipeline security guidelines. That's a different document, by the way. There's security directives and security guidelines. The security guidelines is actually an older document, published most recently in 2018 with a small addendum in 2021. So they want you to conduct a vulnerability assessment initially to that set of TSA guidelines and then report those results to TSA. Now let's look at 2021-02. This is the longer the document that goes into more detail. 2021-02F has 3 main requirements. There's actually a lot of requirements in this document, but the main requirements are that organizations must establish and implement what is called a CIP, a cybersecurity implementation plan. They must develop and maintain a cybersecurity incident response plan and exercise that annually, and then develop a cybersecurity assessment plan and annually assess a third of those requirements every year and report on those. So at a very high level, those are the mandated requirements coming out of these two documents.